Have you ever stopped to think about what's really going on right beneath your feet? Well, in this explainer, we're going to dig deep, literally, into the amazing hidden world of plant roots. This is the secret foundation for all the beauty we see up on the surface. You know, we love plants for what we can see, right? The incredible petals of a flower, the bright colors of the leaves. Our attention is always on what's right there in front of us. But what if the most important part of this whole organism, the part that makes all of this beauty even possible, is totally invisible to us? That's right. The answer is hidden just under the soil. So come on, let's take a journey underground and explore the truly secret world of roots. Okay, but before we get our hands dirty, let's just quickly get on the same page about what a plant actually is. So, in simple terms, a plant is basically a stationary life form that's its own little food factory. It's got this amazing green pigment called chlorophyll, and it uses it to turn sunlight into energy. That's an incredible ability that really sets it apart from almost everything else that's alive. And you know, it's also helpful to know what they aren't. Things like fungi and algae get mistaken for plants all the time. But fungi, like mushrooms, are actually closer to animals than plants. And algae don't have the true roots, stems, and leaves that we're talking about today. And having those roots, well, that means you're locked in place, which brings up the first giant challenge every single plant has to solve. So let's dive into that first major problem. How in the world does a plant stand tall and not just get knocked over by the first gust of wind? I mean, just imagine it. You're constantly being pushed by the wind and rain, pulled on by gravity. To survive that, plants need a really powerful living anchor. And that anchor is, of course, the root system. It's this biological marvel of engineering, perfectly designed to grip the earth. So let's see how it actually works. Now, to solve this whole problem of staying put, plants have evolved this incredible toolkit of different root types. Okay, so the first strategy is what's called a fibrous root system. The best way to think about this is like a huge, delicate net that's been cast into the soil. This dense network spreads out like a living web right under the surface, and it grips onto millions of tiny soil particles. This is exactly what makes your lawn so tough, and it's why grasses are fantastic at preventing erosion. They are literally stitching the earth together. The second tool in the kit is a totally different strategy. It's called the taproot. So instead of spreading wide, the taproot just plunges straight down, deep into the ground, acting like a powerful, heavy-duty anchor. This lets it get to water and minerals that other plants with shallow roots just can't dream of reaching. This strategy also makes these plants unbelievably resilient. A carrot or a parsnip, that's just a big taproot storing up energy. But for a plant like a dandelion, this design is all about survival. If you've ever tried pulling weeds, you know exactly what I'm talking about. You leave even the tiniest piece of that taproot behind, and boom, the whole plant grows right back. Okay, so roots provide an anchor, check. But they also solve another huge problem. How does a plant eat and drink if it doesn't have a mouth? The secret is in millions of these microscopic things called root hairs. You can kind of see here how they weave their way in between all the soil particles. What they're doing is massively increasing the root surface area so it can soak up as much water and dissolve minerals as possible. And they're on the hunt for some key minerals, especially these three essentials. Nitrogen for lush green leaves, phosphorus for strong roots, and potassium to help with beautiful flowers. It's no accident these are the main ingredients you see in most garden fertilizers. But here's where it gets really interesting. It's not just about what's in the soil, it's also about the soil's chemistry. This can totally change what a root is able to absorb, and the perfect example of this is the hydrangea flower. The availability of just one element, aluminum, all depends on the soil's pH. This color change is just this beautiful, visible sign of an invisible chemical dance that's happening down in the root zone. It really shows you that what you see above ground, the color, the health, all of it, is a direct reflection of that secret world down below. And that brings us to the most crucial point. These hidden systems aren't just important for the plant itself. They are, quite literally, the foundation for entire ecosystems. I mean, just look at this forest. It looks so permanent, so solid. But every single tree you see there is being held up by this massive, hidden network. And those roots don't just anchor and feed the trees. They actively build the very soil that supports the whole ecosystem. It's like a bustling underground city of life. And as this reminds us, plants are pretty much the reason life on this planet is even possible for us. And that whole incredible process, it all starts with the quiet, secret work being done by the roots. So the next time you see a beautiful flower or you're walking through a forest, just take a second. Imagine that vast, hidden world working tirelessly right under your feet. That's the real foundation of all the beauty we see and the very air we breathe.